Okay, so the house is backfilled now, and the next thing we have to do is we have to order the beam. Our basement plan, and our plan shows a beam. We have one beam going from beam pocket over to the other beam pocket. It's a continuous beam. So we have to measure the beam and then meet with the steel company and order the beam. All right, so I'll show you the other beam pocket. So the other end of the beam goes here. So we're going to measure the length of the beam, and on the plan it shows that we're using W8 by 32. That just shows you the gauge and the thickness of the beam. So that's the first thing, or the next thing you have to do before the carpenter starts. So either you can measure that or your carpenter can measure that. Great. Okay, so don't forget, before you order the lumber, you got to make sure the beam's in place. So you got to measure the beam, either yourself or the carpenter. In our case, in our plan, it shows one beam going in the middle of the house, so it's going to go from beam pocket to beam pocket, and we're measuring it out right now, and it's 39 feet 2 inches. Give yourself about a ½ an inch from the inside of the wall. Okay, so whatever from beam pocket to beam pocket, subtract an inch to make sure it fits in the beam pockets. Okay, so don't forget, see your steel company and get the beam in. And it's a good idea if your steel company has a boom to put the beam in place. Sometimes your carpenters won't have a boom. Depends on the site and depends on the carpenter. So if the steel company has a boom, it's a lot easier if they put the beam in place for you. You know, the old days, the old carpenters, you know, we used to put the beams in ourselves. We could still do that, but it's a lot of work and it's really heavy. So we're gonna wait for the carpenter and start again. Bye.